Well, Happy New Year, all. It's New Year's Day, 2015. I figure I'd shoot this little video to say Happy New Year, and I hope you all have a good one. I'm in Midland, Odessa area. I don't know if you can kind of see out here. It's not too great. The whole area got hit pretty hard coming in last night. It was a nasty, nasty mess. Probably 15 mile an hour. 18, right in there. That was just, it was everything you could do just to use technique to try not to use brakes at all, because my routing took me right through Midland, and my trailer wanted to go sideways on any of the humped roads that they've got in the streets. So I had to take the high line and get off of that hump to where it wouldn't jackknife into the curb, and there's telephone poles right there. So, I've already went from Happy New Year's to whole crap. We had a lot of fun driving in this shit. It was pretty hairy. I had done a copper load. I'm going to show it's a very short video, but I'll either include it in this one behind it or make it a little separate one. But it'll show you the high-risk copper loads. They've made it to where the protocols are different on it because of so much theft. So I've done over a dozen of them. I got paid really well to do it because it was holidays, and I hustled and got it done. The truck crew did really well. I talked about getting overhead done. I had a dozer valve rebuild. You guys need to check those on these ISX. Now, I don't know other engines have them or not. I've never even heard of it before. I'll admit it. I have no idea what the hell it even was. It was full of carbon and got rebuilt. One of my engine codes kept coming up, and they said it was EGR calibration not done, so they did that. So luckily my mechanic knows this guy has the regular laptop with the program for that, and they took care of all of it. Did really well. Had good power. I was amazed. So a lot of steps I've taken to improve the business for 2015, plus hustle, keeping the hustle up. We got our old restart rules back again, which I'm on now, which is cool. I can do it whenever I want now, which is what the hell we should be doing. And the hell with those people. They shouldn't be telling us how to live our lives like that. It's just ridiculous. So it's going to be part rant video, part everything, because I'm pretty much stuck here. And I've got great internet, so I'll be able to upload this video today. You get to see it. And this is how I spent my New Year's Eve. Pretty much in a parking lot. It doesn't matter. I don't care. That's just the life. That's just the way it is. Find safe haven and get the hell out the road. There were so many wrecks. You can look all over Facebook and you can see it, and it's just nuts. All over the, different websites that report that kind of crap. There was jackknives. There was trucks in pieces and parts. I just hope everybody made it out without getting hurt. It was just absolutely nasty. Because I pushed it from Las Cruces on up through Alamogordo, and I start climbing. And we start getting up that upper plateau. It dropped 41 degrees in 75 miles, and I thought, oh crap. Then when I got a little more towards the top, I could look over and I could see what was coming. And then I felt the wind wall hit me. Boom. And I thought, okay, here we go. But I weighed 78,000 pounds. I wasn't worried about traction there, so much, as long as I was moving and everything. I did break traction on the I-40 ramp out of, was it Santa Rosa or something like that? Anyways, you got to make a hard right, and then it's a serpentine left, and I thought, and I felt it break, and I let off just a little bit, re-grabbed, and I didn't have to do 8-wheel drive. I just let her go, and that seemed to do just fine. There was no problem. I made it up, got the power going. We got into Texas. It was dropping gravel everywhere. I got an appointment for my windshield because so many rocks hit it that the defroster from the freezing rain, trying to keep up, and it just didn't help a bit. And I got to the truck stop in Amarillo, and by the time I woke up and went and got a shower, did all this stuff, and had the truck started and a defroster, the thing started spreading with a crack. So I've got an appointment with the insurance thing to get it replaced. So that's cool. It's just a whole lot of stuff going on. Getting point A to point B safely was the whole point. We did that. I said, thank you, God. You know, I actually said it audibly. You know, I do every night. I thank God for a safe day. You know, watch out over my wife and my four-legged children. I do that every night. But it's like, wow, I couldn't believe it. Amarillo wasn't that bad when you think it was 4 degrees up there, but then you start moving south, the roads are clear. Then I got about 80, 90 miles south, and Lubbock started getting a little bit dicey, and there was a little bit of this and that, and more careful driving, slower speeds. South of Lubbock, they got nailed, and the roads were medium, but you know, you had to watch what you were doing, and some of the people were just, you know, they were off in the ditch. So I started seeing more of that, and more speed drop another 20, or, you know, it's like, my gosh. Finally, I got to Midland, and it was all we could do. I had to, you know, just like allow the engine, you know, to do most of the slowing at extreme matching of RPM and gear, so it just brought your speed down just gradually. And I kept, I think, a full city block between anybody. I thought, man, I'm going to need at least that, you know, half a block, just to make sure there's no issues and nobody sudden light changes and people trying to stop. Luckily, I didn't have to worry about blowing any lights because I made it through. I was able to gauge everything and get stopped safely, and I got here. I was just glad. I didn't care. Safe haven parking lot, and the biggest thing was they closed the freaking truck stop in what the hell's the name of Warfield, Texas, I-20, Midland, Odessa. There's a big family-owned truck stop. It's gone. So, you know, hopefully those folks got good money, and maybe, like my wife's saying, they probably retired and went to the Bahamas. Good. You know, it's just, I wish I'd even been glad to see that TA Petro would have bought it or something, kept it as a truck stop and upgraded it. But no, it went to a business, and it was no parking. And the Pilot was double parked on the streets. You couldn't even get in there, forget any trying parking. There's people double, and even I saw one spot, it was triple parked. They got one lane in and out. So that was pretty bad, but you know, it's just a way to welcome in the new year. You gotta stay safe, you gotta stay vigilant, you gotta watch for everyone so you can get through all the whatever mess gets placed in front of you, and do it safely and in one piece. That's the hot ticket there. So I'll just see if I can get this video up. I didn't want to ramble on too much, but that's just kind of an update. I've got plans to keep the truck up mechanically in good condition. I don't buy chrome. Chrome don't get you home. My bills don't allow me to do all that extra, and that's fine, because the money I get pays all my other stuff at home and my truck payment. My generator helps me, no idling. It's running right now. That makes my truck payment by usually the second week of the month. I just don't have time for all that other stuff. I'm too busy going through a truck that I own and making payments on to find anything and everything that has to be preventive maintenance for the future, any issues that was from the previous carrier ownership. And it's taken me a while to work out the bugs, mostly because I don't trust some of these other people out there. I got to El Paso, and I just turned him loose of this list of stuff to look for. They found everything. It was just a little oil pressure sensor that got changed, and then the overhead got done, and it was the valves were too tight. Everything was dialed in a little too tight. He was able to get it square. The dozer valve and then the EGR calibration. I still have a ghost code comes up, but he said it's probably just hitting a bump, because I can park in a rest area and shut the truck off, cycle the key once on and off, and then restart the truck on the second one, and the code's gone. So in the harness, he said take electrical contact cleaner and unplug each one and spray them both sides, and then replug them together. He says you're probably not getting a good contact, and it's just intermittent. So I said okay, because he said there's nothing in there. There's nothing in the ECM reading. So that's one good tip for you. Hopefully I'll try that, and I'll let you know how it goes later on. We're just hanging out. We're safe. We're the heck off the road. We don't care. It's nasty. I can see the interstate from behind me right here, and it looks like some of the average speeds may have ticked up just a little bit. You know, I'm guessing 25, 30 is what they're going. That's just from looking as they pass, but it's definitely not full highway speeds, because it's still nasty out there. If any of you come this way, I wouldn't even bother. Shut down where you're at. Should stay in place. Most everybody's already done that, but I just wouldn't. I just had to get to Safe Haven, because I didn't run into anything really super bad till I was damn near here, because the roads were doing okay, and then it really started to get dicey. You know, they had gravel on some of the spots and whatever, but then there was this one underpass in Midland, if you get any of you that knows the area. They closed that to keep people away from that downhill and then that uphill. They just have a nasty mess there. I was wondering about that. I thought that was the road I was on, and because I don't know the area that well. So it turned out that's got us through, and hearing this stupid GPS squawk at me. Turn left, turn around, take U-turn if possible. No, just shut up. So I turned it off, and I got where the hell I needed to go. But Safe Haven New Year's Eve was great. So you guys take it easy, and I pick up tomorrow. That's why I pushed it so hard for Wednesday delivery in Amarillo, so I could get the hell down here for Friday pickup the day after New Year's, because I'm going to be hauling hazmat next, and it pays really good this time of year. So I'm going to get the hell out of here and be ready to go east. I finally get a load that goes back to the Midwest, West Virginia and Ohio, and I can get in a region where I can start rolling, and without the big deadheads. I've had a lot of those, so I'm trying to finally took the load to get me there. That's the one I've been trying to get for at least 2 weeks. That's fine, we got one. So Happy New Year all. See you on the road. See, it's colder than crap here. It's like 6 degrees, and we're in Amarillo. I'm just going to show you this super pass. It's not going to be a very long video. This is an anode copper load. This is high risk, and I had triple 17 count bundles for about 44,000, just slightly under. And you can see they come out of the oven and put in cooling. They're dipped and then put in a cooling rack. But you have to have long sleeves and all the other stuff. Be careful, because the stuff is still pretty damn hot. It'll scald you and burn the crap out of you. So when you're loading up over in Hayden, Arizona, just take it easy. So it's pretty straightforward. I got all 3/8 chains now. So as you can see, it's just 2 chains per bundle. They didn't move a lick. It was bad weather. I mean, it's just the way it is. So this is pretty much what's going on. It's pretty squared away. It's a good payer load, and it'll get you where you got to go. So I'm getting unchained here. Everything's hot ticket. See you on the road.